Hello, everybody, and welcome to another live discussion. My name is Roy Nemmer of Mundo Albiceleste.com, and today we are going to talk about the Argentina under-20 team at the under-20 World Cup. Just absolutely ripping it up. A massive 5-0 win against New Zealand. It started off against Uzbekistan and then against Guatemala, and now against New Zealand. 9 points out of a possible 9 for a team that technically failed to qualify for the under-20 World Cup. We spoke about that in previous videos, and this time Argentina just on fire. So let's just get to it, right? Like, we're just going to talk about this. So Argentina are now in the round of 16, and we knew this. And there you go. We got George in here. George, welcome, buddy. About time. Thank you for joining, George. Glad you could make it. Argentina went into the final group stage match against New Zealand, having already qualified for the round of 16. So that we knew. There was no pressure necessarily on Argentina to win, although the pressure is always on Argentina to win. But you guys understand what I mean. And Argentina just needed 1 point. They needed a draw to top the group. To go top of the group ahead of New Zealand, ahead of Uzbekistan, ahead of Guatemala. And they got more than a point. They got more than a draw. They got more than a goal. And here we go. I see some more people starting to come in. Good morning from down under, all the way from Australia. Good morning. Ariel Redondo. Woo! Un crack. We're going to talk about Federico Redondo. We're going to talk about everybody. We're going to talk about the coach, Javier Mascherano, as well. Janet, thank you. Hey, thank you for joining. Janet, if I'm not mistaken, from Toronto. George, this guy Romero has a cannon for a left leg. Don't be surprised if he's at the next Copa America with the senior team. I would not be surprised at all. And welcome, Rana Dawn. Good morning from India. Good morning. And we're all here. We're gonna talk about it. We're gonna celebrate Argentina's win. Massive 5-0. There you go. Got a pretty good memory all the way from Toronto. West Ham Clips. Welcome. Hello to West Ham Clips. George, all the way from New York City. Let me know in the comments. Number one, where are you from? Where are you based at right now? So we have Australia, we have Toronto, we have India, we have NYC. Judging by West Ham Clips, possibly London, England. Let me know in the comments. Where are you guys from? Where are you watching from? Where are you supporting the world champions from? Let me know. And let me know also what you guys think of this under-20 team. Very impressive. Very, very impressive. And as I was saying, so Argentina, having already qualified for the round of 16, just needed a draw to top the group. They got more than that. They got 5 goals, 5 different kinds of goals, and arguably, and let me know, everybody in the chat, but let me know, in my opinion, the best player on the pitch for Argentina was not even on the score sheet, did not even get a goal for the team in the 5-0 win against New Zealand, and that person is Federico Redondo, the son of the legendary Fernando Redondo. And for me, he was the best player. And we're going to start with the positives before we even get kind of into the goals. Everybody, let me know. Number one, where are you from? So right now we got one from Bangladesh. That is excellent. And George, there you go. George has a lot of top players. So Narco, Redondo, Carboni, Feliz. There you go. And Barco. Barco's another one, just a warrior. Just an absolute warrior for Argentina, the left back. So for me, it is Federico Redondo. Just his overall, I love his style of play. I was a big fan of his father. I love those kinds of players. I'm a big Busquets fan of Barcelona, although he's leaving at the end of the season. I'm a big fan of those kinds of players. And he fits the mold. He's a mirror image of his father. Whether he's going to reach the same heights and the same level of play, maybe it remains to be seen, but the potential is there. The potential is there for Redondo, and the apple doesn't fall far from the tree, right? So 5-0 win. Redondo for me, the man of the match, or maybe kid of the match. I don't know. This is the under-20s, and but let's go back to the very beginning. So the first match against Uzbekistan, because we're going to talk about the three matches. We're going to touch on the three matches, and then we're going to talk a little bit about a potential opponent. So the match against Uzbekistan was not the greatest of starts. Very roller coaster type of thing of a match. Uzbekistan took the early lead, and then it was kind of like, oh boy, what's going to happen here? Because Argentina was seeing a lot of the ball, and they conceded first, and we were getting flashbacks of the Sudamericano, sorry, the qualifiers. And let me just bring this up here. I'll bring up the table of the under-20s and just right now. Here we go. We're going to share this. We are live. Make sure to hit that like button, hit the subscribe button, everybody. We got a lot of stuff coming. So if we take a look at this, we take a look at the table. We'll just zoom right in. So the opening match against Uzbekistan, Argentina trailing very early on in the match. And then it just took 4 minutes for Alejo Feliz to get the goal. And Feliz is Argentina's top goal scorer. So Feliz on 3 goals so far in this tournament. We're going to talk about him as well. 3 goals. All 3 of them are headers. So 3 goals for him, 3 headers in 3 matches. He has scored in every single match at this under-20 World Cup. George writes, we are witnessing a handful of future stars for Argentina. I think so. I most certainly think so. And the future is very bright. The present is very bright. And it's a great, great time, as always, to be an Argentina fan. So getting back to this here, if we take a look, so Vélez got the goal. He drew Argentina level. And then after that, there was a whole potential penalty for Uzbekistan. Ultimately, it wasn't. And then Valentin Carboni, right before halftime in that match against Uzbekistan, got the goal. It was a low pass in by Valentin Barco, the left back from Boca Juniors. Another one, just an absolute gem in this national team, in Javier Mascherano's national team. And he plays the ball into Carboni. Carboni just drives inside the penalty area, gets the goal, 2-1 win for Argentina, and they're off to a good start. And we've seen the importance of that opening match for Argentina. We saw it with the senior team. We've spoken about this several times in previous videos leading up to the 2022 World Cup. The importance of getting that first win at a tournament, specifically a World Cup, how important that is. And this was big because had Argentina not gotten the win against Uzbekistan, the pressure would have just piled on and on and on and on. So very, very happy for that win. Luang, really impressed with Aguirre and Redondo. I'll be honest, Aguirre is one that, not that I didn't have or that I don't have high expectations for, but he has surprised me. He's someone that has surprised me at this tournament and in every single match. He just continues to get better. We talk about Luka Romero and Redondo and Matias Sule and everything, but Aguirre is flying under the radar, in my opinion. Flying under the radar. And another one, yes, cannot wait to see the Olympic next year. The Olympics are going to be held in Paris, so it will be in France, and it's going to be something. George, the crowd has played a big part in lifting these kids up to their maximum potential. I fully agree with that. We saw it in Qatar 2022 World Cup. We saw the role that the fans played, and this arguably is playing an even bigger role, right? Because this team is coming off a Sudamericano where they did not qualify for the World Cup. And this has to be a big boost, not only for the players, but for Mascherano as well. And the fans are playing a big, big part in that. So if we go back to the results, so 2-1 win against Uzbekistan, and then we get 3-0 against Guatemala, and this was a big one. Arguably, Argentina's biggest test in the group. That's what a lot of people were saying heading into the World Cup. Feliz once more a header. Luka Romero with a tremendous goal, and he scored a tremendous goal against Guatemala, and he scored, in my opinion, the goal of the tournament against New Zealand. So he got the second, and then Perone of Manchester City got the third very, very late on in that match. And that shows the depth for Argentina, because leading into this, we have the first 2 matches, we have 5 goals. 5 goals 4 different goal scorers in Argentina's first 5 goals. So they are being spread. It's goals from all across the pitch, all around the pitch, and something that we haven't seen maybe as much with the senior national team, although we do get it at times, but we're scoring off crosses, we're scoring off corners, we are scoring off set pieces, which is a very important thing to have in your arsenal. So going back to the chat here, Janet says, George is absolutely correct. The whole country is behind these youngsters. They absolutely are, yes. West Ham Clips, more than anything, I'm impressed with how everybody involved has come back from the Sudamericano disappointment. And that is as big of a surprise as anything with this team, because let's not forget, they're still very young. They're still kids. These are 18, 19, 20-year-old kids. Many of them took part in the Sudamericano, the qualifying for the World Cup. They did not qualify. They ended up qualifying directly because they became the hosts. So they're playing with a chip on their shoulders. They're playing with something to prove. And the mental toughness to be able to do that cannot be understated. I agree with all the comments so far in West Ham. That's another great one right there, buddy. And yeah, George, it is a new start. It's exactly that. It's a new start. And it's a new start for Mascherano. And we're going to go through the results. We're going to talk about Mascherano in just a little bit. So going back here, if we take a look now, today, the big one, right? The last match, Argentina just needing a point to secure top spot. They got 5 goals instead. Ignacio Maestro Puig, who has been with the national team, the under-20 national team, essentially from the start of Mascherano's reign as coach. So Maestro Puig has been there consistently. He was there at the Cotif tournament last August in Spain. He was at the Sudamericano. He's here again. So he got the first goal of the match. And that was a cross into the penalty area by Aguirre, if my memory serves me correctly. Maestro Puig gets the first one. Gino Infantino, just 3 minutes later, gets the second. And then the third one, Luka Romero. Do yourselves a favor, if you haven't already, when we're done this live discussion, go on YouTube, go on Twitter, preferably go on Mundo Albiceleste.com, and we have the highlights there. Go see Luka Romero's goal. Wow. So for those that didn't see it, for those that saw it, let's kind of relive it, sort of. So Luka Romero gets the ball kind of with his back to goal in his own in his own half. So he gets the ball in his own half. He's surrounded by 2 players from New Zealand. He turns them around. So he just dribbles around them, runs forward, runs towards goal, and just a cannon of a left foot from way outside the penalty area, well outside the area. Top corner, roof of the goal, corner of the goal, whatever you want to call it. It could not have been perfect. It could not have been better placed. No goalkeeper in the world, let alone, no disrespect to anybody, no goalkeeper in the world, let alone one from the under-20s, could have potentially saved that one. In my opinion, the goal of the tournament was scored by Luka Romero, the third goal in the 5-0 win. George, big teams looking at Aguirre, I don't blame them. The kid has potential. And he's living up to it. He's not as hyped. He's not playing in Europe just yet, right? He's not a Luka Romero or Matias Sule or Valentin Carboni or Perone or whoever else you want to name. But the hype is slowly getting there, and it's rightfully deserved. Rightfully deserved. George, Romero starts putting on more muscle, forget about it. That's it, right? And these kids are still young. So they're still going to develop a lot. They're going to develop their game, their technical ability, and physically, right? Physically as well. And at that age, you just said it, George, forget about it, right? Forget about it. Tremendous. So, Duang, Luka needs to improve his passing a bit to make a perfect 10. Hey, there's still room for improvement. I don't disagree, but at that age, man, it's difficult not to get hyped. It's really, really difficult not to get hyped when it comes to these players. So continuing on, we spoke about Luka Romero. He got the third goal. Aguirre got the penalty. Look, a penalty is a penalty. It went to VAR, it touched the hand, it went to penalty. Aguirre sends the goalkeeper the wrong way and scores, makes it 4-0. And at this point already, and just at about 1-0, Argentina were kind of in full control of this match, right? At 2-0, you think, okay, this is it's over. 3-0, you think to yourself, things could really get out of hand here, and Argentina could just run rampant. Second half starts, Aguirre gets the goal, and then we get the fifth one by Belis, and this was another cross, right? This was a cross by Peroni, if I'm not mistaken. The Manchester City man sends the cross in to Belis, and Belis scores a third header, third goal in 3 games, and that's that. 5-0, Argentina's biggest score at this Under-20 World Cup. Mascherano must be happy. The players must be happy. I know everybody here is happy. I'm happy. So hit that like button, hit the subscribe button, hit the comments button below. If you're watching us on replay, let me know what you guys think of the match. And going back to the comments, let's take a look here. So Shah, here we go. Shah Fitness Luka will come good in a few years with proper guidance. See, and that's the thing with these young players, and I agree, by the way. And thank you for the comment. And this is the thing about these young players is you take someone like a Luka Romero where the potential is there, the talent is there. He's playing with Lazio and Serie A. Thing is, he's not getting that many minutes. He's really, really not. And his trajectory has been a little bit, it's very interesting. He's born in Mexico. So Luka Romero was born in Mexico to Argentine parents, raised in Spain, right? He played for Mallorca, made the switch over to Lazio. Match time, he hasn't been getting too many minutes, but now we see what he's able to do. And heading into, after this World Cup, so heading into the next season, you have to think that if he stays at Lazio, he's going to get more minutes. And if he's not, potentially go on loan because the kid is talented. He is very, very talented. Let's go back to these comments. BC says, go into the Champions League final. Lautaro could use it after a bad World Cup. He's talking, look, he was injured. We're going to get to that in a little bit as well. George, I love the fact that we did not take our foot off the gas for the second half. We cannot be afraid to abuse our opponents. And that's what I liked as well. And another thing is today's performance, today's starting 11, it was the substitutes. It was, I hate to say it, right? And I'm saying this, air quotes type of thing, but this was Argentina's B team. Redondo has not been starting for Argentina. Ignacio Puig has not been starting for Argentina. And you look at this team and you see the depth. And we haven't even spoken about Alejandro Garnacho, who's not with this team. Nicolas Paz, who's not with this team. Facundo Bonanote, who's not with this team. And a couple of others as well. This is what we have now. And you could argue and say today's starting 11 was just as strong, if not stronger, than the starting 11 that has been, getting the minutes against Uzbekistan and against Guatemala. So I like this. This was a B team. The players wanted to play, wanted to get the win, wanted to impress because there is a round of 16 match coming up. And we're going to talk about this in just a second. This is a very good question. I'm going to come back to this in just a little bit. Eric 2000, welcome Eric. Hello. Eric asks, do you think some of these players can be called up for the Copa America 2024 next year? I could see a couple of them. Yeah, I could definitely see a couple of them. And I'm going to do a separate video. I don't know if it's going to be live or a pre-recorded one. But Scaloni is rumored, so now we're talking a little bit the senior team, but Lionel Scaloni is rumored to kind of start a new cycle when it comes to the matches in June against Australia and against Indonesia. So we're going to see a couple of new faces. Maybe Matias Sule, who knows? Alejandro Garnacho is kind of all but confirmed at this point. So by next year, you're talking 12 months from now. Yeah, I absolutely think if everyone's healthy, knock on wood. Yes, I do see Matias Sule in there, potentially a Redondo, maybe a Luka Romero. I think we're going to see Valentin Barco in the starting 11 a couple of times by the time the next Copa America starts. I'm not thinking he's going to be the starter, but I think he could be getting some games as a starter. I see Barco being in the squad for next year's Copa America. Yeah, I absolutely do see that. And we're going to do a separate video about that. But I love the question. Very, very good question, Eric. Thank you for that, buddy. All right. Going back. Nirad, love from Bangladesh. Welcome, Nirad. All right. I see a couple of messy discussions here where you guys wanted to go. And I did a separate video. Check it out. So let's continue here. This is good. I hope for this. Hopefully South America gets the 2030 World Cup. I think they should, but money talks, and the golf has a lot of money. All right, so let's take a look at this. So Tariqul, I think the under-20 team has weak defense line. They should play their role properly and more aggressively. Okay, I like this. So let's talk about, we've talked a lot about, and we're going to continue talking a lot about the positives, the strengths of this team. Now, some areas of improvement we've seen more maybe at the start of this World Cup against Uzbekistan. The back line a little bit nervous, the goalkeeper Gomez Girth a little bit nervous, but this team has been getting better as the tournament has progressed, as the tournament has gone on. Same thing for the back line. Barco is, in my opinion, I love the guy. He's great. Gomez Girth pulled off two very, very good saves in the second match against Guatemala, and very important saves as well. Like, these were saves that they would have drawn level or it would have gotten them back into the game, right? So he did very well. And this team, look, you're only as good as the opponents you face, right? Type of thing, that old saying. Well, if these are the teams Argentina's facing and they're doing well, credit to them. Credit to them. Can this team improve? Yes. Are they improving? Absolutely. Absolutely. And this team did a very good job today of shielding the ball, protecting the back line, not allowing many opportunities, and not allowing many shots on the goalkeeper, right? On Gomez Girth. So credit to them. They're doing very, very well. Again, is there room for improvement? Yes, but this team has been getting better as the tournament has gone on, right? Now, going back to this, there was a question earlier in terms of Argentina's potential round of 16 opponents. So let's take a look at the bracket. We'll take a look at the teams that are left, kind of the tables, to see who Argentina could play against at the Under-20 World Cup in the round of 16. So going back to this right here. Now, this is confirmed, right? Argentina, 9 points. That's it. New Zealand, possible knockout stage. And the reason for that, and this is very important, is third place teams, some of them, will be qualifying for the round of 16. Not all, but some. So in this case, New Zealand could be one of them. And Argentina, if we go down, we're going to go all the way down. Oops, there you go. If we take a look here, Argentina right here will be playing against a third place team from Group C, Group D, or Group E. So third place in C, D, or E. So if we go back to this here, let's go back. Whoops. Group C, presently, not yet. There are still more matches to go tomorrow. But Group C, third place is, at the moment, it's Israel. All right. So Israel plays in their next match Japan. So Argentina could potentially be playing either Japan or Israel, or maybe Senegal if they get the win. Okay. So Japan, Israel, or Senegal. And this is a very difficult group right here. Nigeria, Brazil, Italy. So Argentina, again, another possible opponent in the round of 16. And this, in my opinion, and I could, no disrespect to any of the other teams, in my opinion, Argentina's most difficult match could potentially come from Group D. And that is either Nigeria, Brazil, or Italy. Right? And again, they have one more game each. And the last match here is Brazil, Nigeria, Dominican Republic, and Italy. If we take a look, Nigeria got 2 goals against Dominican Republic. Brazil just demolished them 6-0. So they do have the goal difference in their favor. So big match. Brazil, Nigeria could potentially decide second place, first place, and third place. Because you would guess that Italy gets the win, depending on the goal difference. Because their goal difference is not great. But depending on the goal difference and what happens in the other matches, Argentina could end up playing Nigeria, Brazil, or Italy. If not, we get this one. So we also get England, who got a win yesterday, if I'm not mistaken, versus Uruguay. And then you also get Uruguay, and you get Tunisia. Iraq, with 2 defeats, 2 losses, I think unlikely. I think they're kind of out of it, but maybe not yet. So potentially Iraq as well. So England, Uruguay, Tunisia. And if we take a look at the matches here next up, so England versus Iraq, you would guess again that England gets the win. So Iraq versus England. And then you get Tunisia versus Uruguay. That's a big one. The Uruguayans absolutely need a win. They cannot afford to drop points in this one. So let's go back to the chat. Here we are. All right. Let's see what everybody thinks here. Here we go. Okay, so I see some talk about the 2030 World Cup. That's hopefully it happens. Hopefully it happens. Yuda, good morning from Bali, Indonesia. Excited for these young talents. Excited to have you. Welcome, buddy. Glad you could make it. Let me know, what did you think of the match? What did you think of the Argentina under-20 team so far at this World Cup? Eric 2000 says Brazil Nigeria will be an amazing game. That has the potential to be one of the matches of the tournament. Nigeria at youth level, whether it's under 20s or under 23s, always have a good team. They're always a very, very dangerous team to play against. And Brazil, we know Brazil, especially at youth level, they have a very, very strong team as well. And they're missing some players too. So it's not just Argentina, but they have some players that were not released by the European clubs. Same thing for Uruguay as well. So Nigeria, Brazil, whew, that's going to be a tough one. It's exactly it, George. Nigeria is tough. And West Ham, that's very true. It would not be a proper World Cup without Argentina playing Nigeria, although Argentina did not play Nigeria last year at the World Cup, and we saw it happen. Although Argentina did play 2 teams that wear green, right? Saudi Arabia and Mexico. I think that's about it. Now wear green, right? All right, Manny. Manny Fak, good morning from Nepal. Good morning, Manny. Glad you could make it. Let me know, what did you think of the match? What do you think of Argentina? And everybody, make sure to hit that like button, hit the subscribe button. Rifat, here we go. Rifat. Barco, Roman Vega, very talented player as well. Gauto, Aguirre, Romero, Redondo, Carboni, Sule, Perroni, Belize. These players will shine, but rest is not good, especially Gino Infantino and Maestro Puig. They don't pass the ball and always want to take the shot alone. All right. So I like your comment, Rifat. I really, really do. I'll be a little bit less harsh maybe on Maestro Puig just because he is a striker, right? And as that striker, as a number 9, you want to get that goal. So you expect your striker to be a little bit selfish, right? But I get what you mean. I totally understand what you mean. AHM Rakib Parvez, we love Argentina from Bangladesh. Welcome. Good morning to you. BC, Nigerians would probably rather not play Argentina so they could win a group. Oof. Yeah, Nigeria is a tough one. Nigeria is always a very, very difficult match. BD Gammer, Argentina should take a big challenge at round of 16. It's going to be a big challenge. It's going to be a big challenge no matter who they face in the round of 16 at the World Cup. I mean, good morning from James Morris, mon ami. Good morning, Emil. Good morning, mon ami. Shah Fitness. Mascherano has brought this team into their groove. The team is doing well above expectations. Yes, and that brings me to my next point. So actually, before I get to Mascherano, let me know, everybody, who do you want Argentina to play in the round of 16? We went through the potential opponents. Who do you think who do you want Argentina to play against in the round of 16? And Argentina will be playing that round of 16 match. Let me confirm this for everybody. On May 31st. So May 31st is next Wednesday. So next Wednesday, Argentina will play their round of 16 match. So they do get about 4 days rest. Well deserved, because these are kids. You don't want to just run them into the ground. So let me know, who do you want Argentina to play against next Wednesday? All right. Missing Garnacho. Imagine Garnacho in this team. Imagine Garnacho in this team. Mickey D's. Welcome, Mickey D's. Mickey D says Italy. Ooh. All right. A little bit of that'd be a big match. Argentina, Italy is always a big match. And at under 20 level, I cannot remember the last time Argentina played Italy at the under 20 level or at youth level. I want to say, and I could be wrong, and hopefully someone corrects me, but I want to say at the 2004 Olympics. I think 2004 Olympics, Argentina played against Italy. Someone correct me. If I'm wrong, let me know. If you guys know, let me know in the comments. When was the last time Argentina played Italy at youth level? Because I'm thinking 2004. Shavin, if it's possible, New Zealand. New Zealand potentially might not even make it out of the group in a weird way. George, give me Nigeria. Oof, going for the big guns. George going for the big guns in Nigeria. Always one of the favorites. Sheikh, can Redondo become the same class as his father in the future? It's tough to tell. When you're talking about Fernando Redondo, you're talking about, in my opinion, what was at one point the greatest in his position of all time. In my opinion, maybe I'm biased. He's now, as much as it pains me, he's been surpassed by Busquets. And I say as much as it pains me because he's not Argentine, but I love Busquets. But you're talking about a top two of all time in this position. So if his son Federico could reach 50% of Fernando's potential, Argentina have an absolute gem in Federico Redondo, because Fernando was world class, not even close. No one, in my opinion, no one touched him. No one touched him. Mickey D's, give me the smoke. I trust Redondo, man. I trust Redondo. I absolutely trust Redondo. By the way, we're talking about Redondo. If you guys haven't, or maybe if you're a more recent Argentina fan, or if you missed out on Fernando Redondo, go watch his clips on YouTube. Go watch. After we're done this live discussion, go on YouTube, go on Twitter, go wherever, type in Fernando Redondo and watch him. You're not going to be disappointed by any stretch of the imagination. And a lot of the more casual fans remember Fernando Redondo for a backheel assist he did for Real Madrid versus Manchester United in the Champions League to Raul. This was, I think, in 2000, if I'm not mistaken, maybe 2000. My memory's beginning to fail me. Short-term, long-term memory problems beginning to fail me right now. But go watch that goal. Type in Redondo, Manchester United. You'll see what I'm talking about. All right. BD Gamer, Vilas is a great header. Argentina should get a best forward for the national team. Yeah, Argentina have different kinds of forwards. You got Lautaro Martinez, you got Julian Alvarez, you got Feliz right now at youth level. And it's nice. It's nice to have different options, right? It's very, very nice. You have Gio Simeone as well at Napoli. You got different kinds of players. Rifat, Gauto Nagiri really impressed me. Maybe we're missing Garnacho on the wing, but the way today Aguirre played was amazing. Something to watch. Yes, I agree. Any team can win this competition. I hope my Argentina will win for the 7th time. Love for Bangladesh. Thank you for that comment. And a lot of people tend to forget at youth level, the giants at youth level are not the same as what we get at senior level. Really not. Really not. A lot of these maybe smaller nations at senior level tend to dominate the youth level. They really do. So sometimes you might look at a team like South Korea or Japan, and you might say, oh yeah, we'll win. At youth level, it's not the same as senior level. And even at senior level, they're not easy, right? No disrespect to them. I just use them off the top of my head because they're very good at youth level, right? So kind of keep that in mind as well. Love from Bangladesh, Tarikul. Bangladesh wins if Argentina wins. Best of luck to the under-20 team. Hope they will bring us joy as under-20 world champions. Vamos los pibes. Yes. All right. Now, we're going to talk about the coach, Javier Mascherano. I did a video a while back after Argentina failed to qualify directly for the World Cup at Sudamericano, and I spoke about Mascherano. I said he's still learning. I said he's really still learning. I'm going to give him the benefit of the doubt. We'll give him, several more matches or a couple more matches at least to see how well he does. And he's had this team for a couple of weeks now, right? And we've seen what he's been able to do. Clearly, he has learned. He's learned a lot. And he's still a very young coach, and it's still very early in his managerial career. And I read a lot of comments and people on Twitter and this and that, really attacking Mascherano. And I understand when results don't go your way, it's very easy to blame the coach. I've been there, you've been there, everyone's been there. But someone that's just starting off their managerial career and at youth level at that, it's a very different game. It's a very different game, right? I just mentioned this a couple of moments ago. I said the top senior teams don't necessarily have the best youth teams. And coaching at youth level is not the same as coaching at senior level. Doesn't matter. It's going to be difficult no matter what. So Mascherano at youth level, he's learned, right? He had a good Toulon tournament last year. This time last year, the team was in France, and that was the tournament where Alejandro Garnacho was there, and all the top stars, Nico Paz and Luka Romero and Matias Sule. Argentina finished fifth in that tournament, but they finished fifth against teams that were 2 years older than them. And 2 years older at youth level, that's a lot. They went to Spain, they won the Cotif tournament. The big test came the Sudamericano. The team didn't qualify for the World Cup for different reasons, right? Being very unlucky during the game. Sometimes superior opposition, it happens. Mascherano sometimes not always having the best tactics, but this time you cannot say that Mascherano has not improved, because he has improved, and he has improved this team a lot. And a lot of these players were not there at the Sudamericano. Some of them were, but not all of them. So you could see the difference in talent, and we're seeing it. And credit to Mascherano. He wanted to step aside. They convinced him to stay. He continues to take this very, very seriously, just as he did before. And this team are 3-0. They've scored 10 goals, if I'm not mistaken. 5 and 2 and 3. Yeah, 10 goals. Conceded 1, which was against Uzbekistan. And they're playing very well. Why should we doubt him at this point, right? So credit to Mascherano. Absolutely credit to Mascherano. So let's I'm going to go through the comments here. And let's see what everybody thinks. I see a lot of comments of Roy, change your shirt, put the extra star. The shirt has 2 stars, and Roy put an extra star. I do have I did get the new kit, the new shirt. Actually, I'm going to get it right now. So bear with me. I'm going to get that right now. But I do have these things right here. Actually, I probably should have kept them handy. So I got here we go. Put this up here. I got the 3 stars with the World Cup badge. There you go. It's beautiful, isn't it? It's absolutely beautiful. It's gorgeous. And I also have, I'm just going to put this aside. Oh, by the way, for those wondering, I guess you saw it in the back, but Lionel Messi. Let me just put this back here. And now we also have this beautiful shirt, which might look familiar to some of you, but this is a shirt that the players were wearing, actually, when they were celebrating. So I do have that, but I figured this is an under 20 video, and we'd stick with the classics for now. We'll stick with the classics. And BC. So BC, where are you based, BC? If you're based in Canada or United States, so if you're in that part of North America, there's a great company, a great store. It's been 15 years. I get my stuff from them. They ship North America, Canada, United States. It's Evangelista Sports. Hey, BC, you're in NYC. They ship. They ship to the United States. It's Evangelista Sports. So if you go on Google, type in Evangelista Sports, they have this. They have it in all sizes. They have a lot of Argentina stuff. A lot of the stuff I have here, I know this is under 20, so kind of off topic. We'll get back to the under 20s in just a sec. But essentially everything bar this World Cup and this Maxi Rodriguez one. Here, I'll get this here. If you guys see, this is Maxi Rodriguez. There you go. When he was with Atletico Madrid. Whoops, I kind of just dropped the ball there. So I'll put this back. But essentially everything you see here, these little figurines and stuff, they're all from Evangelista Sports. So you guys could get it there. Mickey D's, does anyone know on the player version? Player version might be a while. From what I've heard. The player issued shirts and all that might be a while. This is not a fake. Those are the official ones. It's the replicas, but it's not the player issued ones. So there you go. George, play a Racing Club shirt. I don't have a Racing Club shirt. I gotta talk to Sebastian Garcia. Seba has to get me one. Seba's the biggest Racing fan I know. He has to get me a Racing Club shirt. I have some Argentine. So all these kits here that you guys see, these are all kits. These kits here are probably half of my collection. I have kits from all around the world. I have obviously Argentine kits. A very good friend of mine is Brazilian, so he got me a Palmeiras shirt. I have a Palmeiras jersey here. I got Norwich. I got a lot of Barcelona shirts. I'm a Barcelona fan, so that would make sense. I got a lot of shirts. I got Palermo from Italy, their third kit. So I got a lot of stuff. Thank you. Go to the World Cup Shisha. So this is a World Cup Shisha. I got this overseas. This is from the Middle East. I got that as well. BD Gamer, going back a little bit to the under 20s. And thank you, George. Thank you, everybody, for the comments. BD Gamer, Luka Romero's long-range goal is a great goal of the tournament. It is. It really is. I can't think of... I've watched a lot of these matches, actually, just because of the time zone. It's pretty similar. I'm based in Canada right now. So the matches for me are at about 2 p.m. Eastern and 5 p.m. Eastern. So I've been lucky enough to watch all the matches, or not all, but at least most of them. And there's been some good matches, some very, very good matches, actually. And some nice goals. Off the top of my head, I can't think of a nicer goal right now at this World Cup than Luka Romero's goal. I truly cannot. I truly cannot. So it's got to be Luka Romero, goal of the tournament. And that's, it's crazy to think that this team technically, I say this team, but even though it's same coach, but learned from his mistakes and a lot of different players, but it's still Argentina under 20. It's crazy to think they did not qualify for the World Cup, yet here they are. Here they are in the round of 16, playing very, very well. And if we look at the other teams, or if we talk a little bit about the other teams, United States have been impressive. I've watched them. U.S. have been impressive. Italy's been pretty decent. Brazil, we know. Nigeria, we know. England, I know. But England, they've been pretty impressive as well. So it's not just Argentina that's dominating, right? It's really not. Ecuador got a massive win today. I think it was, 6-0? Or I'm going to check the result now. I can't remember. It's at 9-0. Ecuador got 9-0 versus Fiji. And they've been playing well. So there are some strong opponents, and this will not be easy for Argentina at all. They did not have the most difficult of groups. It could have been very difficult. For example, if they were placed in Brazil's group with Nigeria and Italy and Dominican Republic, you get some tougher opponents there. So Argentina, not the most difficult group, maybe not the easiest. So kind of in the middle. But now, as they say, this is when it really starts, right? But momentum is on Argentina's side. The fans are on Argentina's side. And I see a lot of, I know it's very early, right? It's very early. But some comparisons, or maybe it's just me, but I get the feeling that with this team, the players are really, they'll fight for each other, right? Similar to what we get with the senior team. The senior team's it's a brotherhood. These guys are brothers, and it's almost as if we're getting that in the under-20s at this World Cup. It's almost as if we are getting that, and that plays a role as well. That plays a role. But there's a lot of good teams left, and who knows what's going to happen from now to the end of the World Cup. All right. Caspian, Roman Vega is an impressive center back. I guess Barcelona B School is shining through. He's done well. Yeah, he did very well today, and in the last match when he came on as a substitute. So he's good. He could, from what I've seen, could play left back, could play center back, kind of like a hybrid, kind of almost like a Medina type of thing, Facundo Medina. He could play center back, could play left back almost. So he's someone that we could see in the future as well, especially if he continues at Barcelona B and makes that jump over to the senior team. That would be huge. That would be huge. BD Gamer, you want to see Matias Suli's first goal in the tournament? I want to see it as well. And he's had some nice appearances. George Leva, if we win this under 20, the only thing left to win is world champs in marbles. I used to love playing marbles as a kid. I used to love that. Let's take a look. Rifat, well, now I think Luka Romero deserves a good team. He has something on him and he is special. He can control a match. If he's able to get more game time, then he will improve a lot. And I think he deserves more game time for Lazio. Luka is not normal. He is something special. Wholeheartedly agree with every word you just wrote. Fully agree. Migueliz, senior team is showing by example. Excited for future generations. Yeah, man. I am too. I did a video. Maybe you guys watched it or you've heard me talk about it. Kind of like a brief history of the Argentina under 20 team. I say brief, it's about 45 minutes long. I really go in depth and tell, share some stories. The rise, the fall, the resurgence, all of it in regards to Argentina. You guys should definitely check it out. And then Ariel Roman Vega está cedido at Argentinos Juniors, la verdadera escuela de fútbol. I mean, I'm guessing Ariel's an Argentinos Juniors fan. I'm guessing. But no, Argentinos Juniors have produced some tremendous world-class talents throughout the years. You may have heard of some of them. So a great team. Sarwar, how's Veli's top score, Mr. Matches? We got 3 goals. 3 goals in 3 matches. All 3 of them were headers. The first one was the first goal that Argentina scored at this tournament against Uzbekistan, and then a second one against Guatemala, and then a third one again today. So he's done very, very well. BD Gamer, this batch of under 20 is the future for Argentina national team. Yes, and this is why I'm excited. This is why you should be excited. This is why I think everybody essentially should be excited. Is a lot of these players that we see now, that we see today, will make the jump to the senior team. Not all of them, but maybe 2, 3, 4, 5, right? So it's always cool. It's always fun to watch these players at youth level progress, right? Maradona won the 1979 Youth Championship, the under 20, right? Then you cut to a Riquelme, you cut to a Cambiasso, you cut to an Aymar, to a Saviola, to a Scaloni, to a Samuel. These guys went on to play for Argentina. These guys went on to play at World Cups for Argentina. Then you get to Messi, and you get Agüero, and you get Di Maria, and you get everybody else, all these players. Sergio Romero, right? Played at under 20 World Cups. I was lucky enough to attend a couple of matches in 2007, Argentina under 20 World Cup. They were the champs. I was there for a couple of matches. It's nice to watch them, and we're very fortunate that these days we live in a world where, because of, you could get a subscription and you could stream it online live. It's on television. It's on FIFA Plus. You could watch it. And we're fortunate enough to live in a time where it's all accessible to us, and it's exciting to watch. Saspian, Redondo Jr. looks promising too. Also of Argentinos Juniors, Hope is at least 65% of his dad's talent. I'll accept 50%. I'm a big Fernando Redondo fan. I'll accept 50% of the talent, although 65 and 100 would be obscene. Obscene. I cannot sing Fernando Redondo's praises just enough. Enough, sorry. Whoops. Shah Fitness, I was proud when they won in Malaysia in 97. Yes. That was another solid team. Argentina, historically speaking, they had that rough period, which I spoke about in a previous video, the history of Argentina's under-20 team. But yes, there was that time period for about 8 years or so where Argentina's under-20 team, a little bit of a dip, not necessarily in talent, but more in terms of organization. But now, glad that it's back. Glad that it's back and it's whoop, whoop, going really high up. But yeah, so with that said, we've covered a lot. We've gone on for almost an hour. I love these live discussions. I'll be honest, I wasn't planning on doing one today. I was leaning more towards tomorrow, but I thought, hey, you know what? Let's talk about it now. Let's talk about the Argentina under-20 team now, and I'm glad we did. Very, very glad we did. Another Redondo comment today. Junior Redondo reminded me of a young Sergio Busquets. Great lad. I hope his future will be great like his father. Yeah, I hope so too. I hope so too. Shah Fitness asking about Brazil. Well, Brazil's look. They're going to qualify for the World Cup. Sorry, for the next round of the World Cup. They played probably one of the better matches of this tournament against Italy. That was a very entertaining match. If you guys have not watched it, go watch it or watch the clips on YouTube. Italy versus Brazil, very fun match. And that was a game that Brazil lost, but it was an entertaining game. And Brazil has a very good team, and they just demolished Dominican Republic 6-0 after that. Brazil's good. Brazil's Brazil, even at youth level, right? They always have a solid team. They always have a solid team. BD Cameron, Nico Pass, another one. We're missing Garnacho, Facundo Buonanotte, right? A lot of players. But with that said, everybody, we could stay here and talk for hours and hours and hours and hours because it's Argentina, right? The players, the coaches, the matches, the moments, the everything, the goals, the assists. But we're going to end it just here. I will say this. I am kind of redecorating this entire area. So there's some white space there. It's going to be filled up. I have a lot of football stuff or soccer stuff, depending on what you want to call it, that I'm going to add. So, just kind of changing this up a little bit. Let me know what you guys think. But thank you, everybody, for joining me. Really, really thank you very much. I appreciate it. I appreciate Shah Fitness. You're very much welcome, buddy. Very much welcome. Make it easy. Have a good night, buddy, or good morning, good afternoon. Not sure where you're based on this planet of ours. Take care, brother. You too. Take care, Shah Fitness. Take care, everybody. Thank you, everybody, for joining. If you're watching us live, thank you. If you're watching us on repeat, thank you for watching us. Leave a comment down below. Anything in the discussion, any questions you might have, suggestions, ideas, questions, answers, whatever it may be, let me know. Let me know about the Argentina under-20 team. And hit the like button, hit the subscribe button, hit the notifications button, because we kind of do this randomly sometimes, so you never want to miss out. With that said, thank you, everybody. Thank you, everybody in the chat. Thank you for watching. Have a good day, afternoon, morning, evening, night, wherever you are. Take care, everybody. Thank you. And once more, my name is Roy Nemmer of Mundo Albiceleste.com.